Ames is one of the few cities in the state that doesn't have a pet licensing program. We want to make sure that we're doing all that we can to protect and care for animals that come into the Ames Animal Shelter.
Well, BB is a great example. She's a very sweet kitty, but she came into the shelter with no identification that we could use to trace her back to her owners. We always want to get pets back to their families. If BB had been wearing a license tag, we would have been able to trace that back to her family and return her directly to her home, and she never would have had to step foot in the shelter. More than 70% of animals that come into our shelter are not wearing any form of identification that we can use to trace them back to their families. Our ultimate goal is always to get pets back to the families that love them, and this pet licensing program will help us with that. A license tag can be traced 24 hours a day through both the Ames Animal Shelter and the Ames Police Department. If your pet already has a microchip, when we are registering the license, we can also put their microchip number into our database at no extra charge. That way, our database will contain 2 forms of identification we can use to get your pet back to you as quickly as possible.
We're proposing that cats and dogs will require licenses, no other animals at this time. What we're proposing at this time is $12 a year for spayed or neutered cats and dogs, which is just $1 per month, and then $24 per year for unspayed and unneutered cats and dogs, which is just $2 per month. And then if you get your animals spayed or neutered during the license year, that discount to $12 will go into effect the next year once we're provided proof of spayed or neutered.
You need a current rabies vaccination certificate from a licensed veterinarian. Those typically are good for 1 year, and then if you get it revaccinated before that year is up, then the vet will do a 3-year vaccination. Rabies is a very deadly disease for animals and humans, and so we do have rabies cases in Iowa every year. So it is so important to vaccinate your animals for rabies. It is a public health and a safety issue. Each time your animal is vaccinated for rabies, whether it's yearly or every 3 years, we just require a new copy to be put in the system. And to get the $12 a year rate, we ask for a one-time certificate from your veterinarian that your dog or cat is either spayed or neutered, and obviously that is just required once, and once we have it on file, then you're good.
So it's very important that the citizens know that our officers are not going to be going door to door and knocking and looking to make sure that your pets are licensed. Nor are we going to take complaints or calls from your neighbors or other people in the city telling us that they think you may or may not have licensed pets at your home. So one way though that we may initiate checking for licensing would be though if we do receive a complaint in regards to something else, such as a barking dog, animal abuse or neglect, or an animal left in a vehicle, we may try to initiate making sure that they are licensed in those capacities. And if any stray pets come into the shelter that are not licensed, we're just going to make sure that they get that license before they leave. So if we get an animal in as a stray, during reclaim, we're going to take the fee of the licensing off of that impound charge. So there'll be no extra charge for the impound fee, we just reduce it by the license fee.
We want to make it as easy as possible for residents to license their pets. So the easiest way to license your pet is to purchase one online, and you can do that through the comfort of your own home, or you can come here to the shelter, or you can also go to our website and follow the directions and get that done by mail.
We are a no-kill animal shelter, and to do that we use a lot of resources to achieve that. We have more than 1,000 animals that come into our care every single year. Some of them needing a little bit of medical care, but some of them needing extensive medical care. And when they do need that care, it costs money. So thankfully, by doing the licensing fee, we'll have more funding to be able to do that, to give the pets the care that they need.
So if residents have questions, we would love to hear them. You can give us a call at 515-239-5530. You can come visit us in person here at the shelter. We're at 325 Billy Sunday Road, or you can email us, and our email is animalsinames@cityofames.org. In person, we would be noon to 5:30 Tuesday through Friday, and then noon to 4 Monday and Saturday.
As Justin mentioned, we want to make sure that if you have any questions, please call us at the Ames Animal Shelter. We're here for you. We want to answer those questions. We want to make sure that we have a pet licensing program that's going to work for our community, just as it does in so many cities here in the state. We need that program to be able to provide the level of care and continue the no-kill mission here at the Ames Animal Shelter. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to us.